But first up, Mel steps back in time.
Sydney Harbour is beautiful, but it also has a dark history that's not so pretty. Not everyone knows, but our fair harbour was once part of an international theatre of war. And to learn all about it, you've got to jump on board the Proclaim with New South Wales National Parks and Wildlife Guide, Dave.
Okay, everybody, welcome aboard and welcome to the Japanese mini-sub tour of Sydney Harbour. This year is the 75th anniversary of the Japanese mini-submarine attack on Sydney Harbour, where the 3 submarines came in on the 31st of May 1942. They were after the USS Chicago. Sydney here was like a party town. We had the French, the Americans. No one thought the war would come to Sydney, and there was always 3 infallible rules, and that is the war was fought overseas, it was fought by the British, and the British always won. So this was just a party town like it is today.
But while the town partied, 3 mini Japanese submarines entered the harbour undetected. The mini-sub tour follows the journey of these submarines on that fateful night back in 1942. And it's also a chance to explore some of the harbour's most interesting spots, like Fort Denison, where one of the subs was first spotted.
Now, during the attack, the Chicago was based over here at Garden Island. Bayon's submarine came around Fort Denison to look for a place to fire his torpedoes. He bobbed up and down in the water unpredictably. They saw it, they fired a handgun on it, the first thing they fired. Then they fired a pom-pom gun, which is an anti-aircraft gun. It hit chunks off the tower as well as hitting North Sydney. You can't see today where it hit because of the texture, but they gave us a framed photograph of the USS Chicago commemorating the fact that they hit it during the attack.
As well as a history lesson, you'll also get a chance to explore Fort Denison. There's a quick stop for morning tea, then it's back on the high seas and back into 1942.
Truman was the first one to sail into the harbour. He came along the boom net, which was situated here. The entrance was over here. He turned in, and when he did, he crashed into this pile light. He backed up, he got caught in the net. He was trying to get out, but he was spotted.
None of the mini-sub drivers made it out alive, but tragically, they did manage to sink the HMAS Cutterbowl, killing 21 sailors. Part of Matsuyo's mini-sub can still be seen today on Garden Island.
This is the conning tower of Mitsuo sub. Now, Mitsuo was depth charged in Taylor's Bay. As you can see, the compartments are very, very small, and 2 men were inside that. So the men that they used for these submarines were very small themselves. And when they were brought to land, the Australian soldiers and Navy men went in to get the bodies out. There's stories of them actually scraping their torsos because it was so tight to get in and out.
The Garden Island Museum is also home to the remnants of one of Barnes' torpedoes. As well as being a fascinating trip into our wartime past, this tour is a chance to indulge in some of Sydney's best views. What have you loved about the tour?
Oh my gosh, it's been a beautiful day and just learning about the history of Sydney Harbour.
It's a great day out on the water and it gives you a whole new appreciation for this stunning harbour of ours.
Soak up some history with a Japanese mini-submarine tour at Fort Denison. The next tour is on Sunday the 28th of May. For more info, call 13000 Parks or log on to nationalparks.nsw.gov.au.